just living.
And both teams going through their pregame rituals, getting loose well before we're underway. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some... And since the Phil Jackson era, Shams, the Lakers are now on their seventh, and I can't even believe I'm saying it, seventh coach in the league. Checked in for Vanderbilt. Then for the Kings, Jonas Valanciunas. He's checked in for some bonus. And it's Ellison for Monk. And if you talk to guys who know MP, who grew up with him, they'll all say that he lets his game do the talking.
And he's got a very business-like approach to himself when he's on the floor. MP can dish it back if you come at him, but for the most part, he's letting his numbers speak for themselves.
On the court right now for the Kings, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Zach LaVine is out there with Ellis, and it's Valanciunas in at the 5, down low. And it's DeRozan missing.
Defense pulled out all the stops to shut him down there.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Austin Reeves went undrafted, but his success comes as no surprise to him. He says, "I've always felt like I belong." It goes back to childhood. His mom once asked him, "Is this confidence or cockiness?" He told her, "You're basically kind of the same thing." Kevin, back to you.
That's something else. Undaunted. Hey, David, thank you. Johnson, the pass to James. Back to Johnson. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 3 assists now in this one.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's DeRozan, and finished off by DeRozan.
Now that's his dribble drive. That's one of DeMar DeRozan's superpowers.
Doncic against Ellis. Pass to Johnson. And he drops it in from the low post. 6 points for Johnson. Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA, or the next thing that you're anticipating may happen with the way the league will sway one way or the other?
Talking to executives around the league, it's clear that length has been very important, but having players that do multiple things and are versatile, that is of the utmost importance right now. We saw what happened with the Celtics winning a championship this year. I think that certainly is going to have an impact on how teams are going to build moving forward. Like the Celtics, you want to have players, 3 to 5 players that are playing heavy minutes for you, that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular move.
Johnson, the pass to Hayes. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Johnson's got 8 points.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big league.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Some changes for the Lakers. Hachimura comes in for Jackson Hayes. And Vincent subbed in for Luka Doncic. Pass to LaRavia. Right wing. Kings moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. LaVine kicks to Lyles. A three-pointer off the mark.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Johnson outside. On the wing, Reeves. inside. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist by Hachimura. And that's now 10 points for Johnson. The Kings trail by 18.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
And Valanciunas now atop the key. Pass to Levine. And the jam by Levine.
Boy, Levine just glides off the bounce. He is very difficult to stay in front of.
Reeves the pass to Johnson. Now Vincent. Back to Johnson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 12 points for him.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Valanciunas, good.
Man, he's pretty relentless inside. Valanciunas gets after it down low. It might not always look pretty, but he makes the most of his chances in the paint.
Shot by Johnson, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And the dunk by Valanciunas.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
Johnson outside. James sets the screen for Johnson. Takes it inside. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
To the paint, here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing out.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
Here's Levine. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Miles a screen on Reeves. Levine for three. The shot missing. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. They've got Jonas Valanciunas. Ellis is out there with Zach LaVine. Then it's Trey Lyons. And it's LaRavia in at the small forward. And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restricted position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Vanderbilt's checked in for the Lakers. Malik Monk, he's checked in for Sacramento. The Kings trail by 18. Here's Levine. Vincent with the rebound. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Lakers. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Count it. Johnson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Kings have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Here's Levine. Johnson with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Reeves in the corner. to Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Vincent's shot is good.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
The shot's good from Monk.
And he's an explosive guard who isn't afraid to test the defense. Heads-up play there from Monk.
Pass to connect. Lakers working the ball around now. Down low, here's Johnson. Banked in off the glass. Johnson's got 22 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Valanciunas sets a screen for Monk. From the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
It really is fun seeing an offensive function like a well-oiled machine. I'll be interested to see if they can keep doing this.
Hey, Shams, you're always on the pulse of those league-changing trades. We certainly saw some impactful ones last season.
Across the board, the Pacers, the Mavericks, they made deep runs, and they did so on the back of some big trade deadline moves. Those are transformations that excite all of us to witness. Even New York, getting OG Anunoby at the trade deadline. This is a league that's built on capitalizing at the moment and striking when the iron's hot. And we saw multiple teams do that this last season.
That trade deadline was phenomenal for those teams you mentioned. Really impactful.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Right about that. Seems like they haven't missed.
Lets the three fly. No good on that one.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Johnson, and then Johnson with the jam.
The all-around game of Reeves continuing to develop. You just love that pass.
For Sacramento, they've gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Monk with the ball. His last outing, 16 points for him. Valanciunas sets a screen for Levine. Over connect. Levine's shot is off.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
To the middle. Here's Johnson. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Excellent use of size there by Valanciunas. Reaching out and just swatting that shot away.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten nearly everything to fall for them here in the second quarter. They're a great 7 of 8 from the floor. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Reeves against Ellis. Stolen by Reeves. Now Johnson is coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. And a missed layup. Sacramento's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Ellis. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. And here's the Lakers. They're on a 15-4 run. Hey, Shams, we know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done but just does not happen, whether it sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason, but I try to wait as best I can and make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
Outstanding. Levine against James. Ellis kicks to DeRozan. Just 5 on the clock. Vanderbilt with the rebound. Vanderbilt's got his 4th rebound in this one. Johnson surveying the floor. On the wing, Doncic. And it's Johnson that time on the assist by Doncic. That's now 32 points for Johnson.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Doncic against Monk. Sabonis, no good. The Lakers shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. Back to Johnson. Plays it up and banks it in. 34 points for Johnson.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Sabonis at the elbow. He takes it in, and a slam dunk by Sabonis.
Using that momentum as a launching pad, Sabonis showing some athleticism with the finish.
Johnson outside. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. And they double up LeBron. Johnson. That one's not going to go. Nice D from Sabonis. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And here is Monk. Outside DeRozan. Launches a three. Nailed from three-point land. DeRozan's got 5 points so far.
Hey, look, when DeRozan is shooting with confidence, he is dangerous, especially catching and firing just like that.
And Shams, I've always wondered, watching you, reading you, when did you first fall in love with the NBA? And when did you decide to cover it?
Really, when I was around 10, 11 years old, I grew up in Chicago right as the Bulls dynasty was starting. I wasn't quite old enough, but I was old enough to see some of those scrappy Bulls teams in the mid-2000s. And basketball was always a part of the national discourse, but also part of my life playing it, and then now being someone that's able to inform the audience and the public.
You know what? I'm looking up and down this table. I think we all feel the exact same way. DeRozan against Johnson. Makes it off the glass. And that's 36 points for Johnson.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Ellis outside. DeRozan against Vanderbilt. Left side, DeRozan. That's a good shot, and now he's 3 for 7.
From the wing position, DeMar DeRozan is one of the best at finishing through contact.
Johnson against Sabonis. Back to Johnson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Johnson's got 38 points.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Pass to Sabonis. The rebound by the Lakers. Vanderbilt's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Now, here's Doncic. Back to Johnson. It's stolen by Monk. Driving to the basket. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Monk's got 4 this quarter.
Turns on the Jets for that drive. Monk's quickness is sometimes deceptive.
Johnson, good.
They're taking it right into the teeth of the defense, and it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
That's the kind of aggression you want to see when you've got a team on the ropes.
The anticipation is there for Luka on defense.
Reeves in the corner. Back to Johnson. Reeves outside. Pass to Johnson. Lays it up off the glass. 42 points for Johnson.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And just great to have Shams join us, isn't it, guys? Such a wealth of knowledge.
Yet no one is more locked in on the league. If there's a move happening, Shams knows about it before the players do.
For the Sacramento Kings, GA, the expectations for this group have risen.
Well, it was about just making the playoffs for this franchise and breaking that drought. Now, Kevin, it's about advancing in the postseason. Just getting there isn't good enough.
And the Kings making a change here. Murray's checked in. Looking at the last game for Sacramento, it was a win against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The drive by Monk. Levine's shot is off. The Lakers shooting has been out of this world, 74% from the field. Back to Johnson. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got his 6th assist on the night.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Sabonis, the pass to Levine. They get it back. Fires from deep. And another shot. And Sabonis lays it up and in. Sabonis has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
There's never a lack of energy on the offensive glass from Sabonis. He saves tons of possessions for them.
Good work there as it goes. 46 points for Johnson.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Los Angeles on top, opening up a huge gap. 2K Sports. Back in a moment here in Los Angeles.
Hello and welcome. And taking a look at the Kings, they started the season on a high note. Now they look to improve to 2-0.
Yeah, they look... Changing focus now to the tough first half for the Kings.
They're getting steamrolled, giving up too many points.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe... change for the Lakers. Valanciunas, who's checked in for the Kings. Ellis comes in for Monk. To the inside. Here's DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas. It's another look. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. They've got Shake Milton. Rui Hachimura out there with Connect. Then it's Vincent, and it's Johnson in at the 5. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The NBA chose to extinguish G League Ignite. G League President Sharif Abdur-Rahim says, with the changing environment across youth and collegiate basketball, now is the right time to take this step. But Kevin, in its short time, the Ignite produced double-digit draftees. So the experiment was a success.
A huge success, DA. Thank you. Pocket 6. Back to Johnson. Hits it again. Wow.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Ellis outside. DeRozan surveying the D. Hachimura grabs the miss.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
To the right side. Lakers passing it around. A shot by Johnson, no good. And so Ellis will bring it up for Sacramento. DeRozan passes to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Oh, powering that one down. Murray saw a chance to go for it and took it.
Now, here's Johnson. Non-stop scoring machine here. Connects again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
I like the pass by Murray, wanting to set up his teammates whenever he can.
Johnson outside. Connect sets a screen for Johnson. Sacramento grabs the miss. DeRozan's got his 4th rebound in this one. And here's Ellis for 3. Good. And it's DeRozan picking up the assists. DeRozan's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Pass to Vincent.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Valanciunas against Johnson. With the drive. Good on the bucket. Johnson's got 54 points.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
They set a physical tone early on, and they're being rewarded for their efforts.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
Oh, they've been punishing the inside defense consistently in this one. Look, it's been a very productive area of the floor for them.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they've had that down tonight.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Out to the right wing. Johnson outside. Into the lane. And he uses the glass on the layup. Johnson's got 56 points in the game.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
To the middle. Here's LaRavia. And that one is stuffed right through.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
Johnson gets the bucket.
This man is on fire. His team is winning, and it doesn't get better than that.
Outside, Levine. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And it's Connect in the corner. Vincent the pass to Johnson. Again, what an avalanche!
And it's 60 points again. Can't believe he's done it now 3 times.
I mean, right, 3 times. He's now tied for the 3rd most 60-point games in a single campaign.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. Sabonis is out there with Lyons. And there's Monk. Then it's Ellis. And it's LaRavia in at the 3. And for Sacramento, they're shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. GA, what effect do you think the rule to limit flopping has had since it was put into place in the NBA?
Well, I do think we're seeing less theatrics, and there were fines before, but a flop now might impact the game itself. So I'd say it's been a bit of a deterrent.
Some thought that Domantas Sabonis was the snub of the 2024 All-Star selections. RJ, what'd you think?
It's easy to see why people felt that way. He is a walking double-double, Kevin. Oftentimes, it's a triple-double. But there's so much talent in the league, even he can get overlooked. As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
Here's Monk. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Yep, that one goes. 64 points for Johnson.
And you know what? This guy is just a natural-born scorer.
Here's Sabonis. The Lakers with the rebound. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Milton in the corner. Back to Johnson. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
The Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Pass to LaRavia. Here's Sabonis. He's guarded by Johnson. Sabonis' shot is off. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for L.A. On the wing, Milton. Back to Johnson. And then Johnson with the jam.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
And the Kings with possession. Pass to Sabonis. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. 5 to shoot. Sabonis can't get that one to go.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Connect with it. Picked up by Ellis. Johnson. It's hauled in by the Kings. Sabonis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Down low. Double team Sabonis. Ellis wide open. The second chance effort. Sabonis' shot is off.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
To the paint. Here's Johnson. Rebounded by Ellis. The Kings shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Richard, who do you think is the most impactful player right now in the NBA?
I stand by this. As long as LeBron James is wearing an NBA uniform, he is first, second, and third. The ratings say that. The money says that. As long as he is playing, he will be the most impactful player in the NBA.
That one good for 2.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Connect. Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
And when you need a bucket from outside, Connect is your man.
Monk, the pass to Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Johnson kicks to Hachimura. Back to Johnson. Over Sabonis. And yep, another basket.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Sabonis sets the pick for Ellis. Inside. And there's Sabonis. That's good on the assist by Ellis.
Assist from
Ellis has got his 5th assist in this one. For Los Angeles, they've gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. And good! There's another.
And he's been out of this world tonight. Unreal offensively.
The points just keep adding up. Close to the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. Monk outside. RG, what have you noticed about the young players that enter the NBA today?
Unfortunately, the NBA is now tasked with teaching players how to play basketball. The NBA wasn't a teaching league 20 years ago. Now it is. A lot of players are spending their first, second, and even third year learning how to play basketball. That was not always the case. They used to go to college and play for Hall of Fame coaches for 4 years.
Ellis surveying the D. He's looking for Sabonis and finds him. Yep, that one goes in there. Sabonis has got 9 points in the quarter.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Johnson finds Hachimura. And here is Johnson. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Monk. Sabonis at the elbow. Fires the 3. The shot by Monk is no good.
There are nights where the shots just don't fall. Unfortunately, I know how that feels.
Back to Johnson. Yet another bucket.
And he's now tied for the 4th most points in an NBA game all time. He is knocking down everything.
It's truly one of the greatest games in league history. He cannot miss. Monk outside. Sabonis inside. Covered by Johnson. Sabonis, no good. And again.
He's got the 4th most points ever in an NBA game. This man is on another planet.
I mean, what can you say? One of the all-time individual games in NBA history. Ellis dishes to Monk. Files a screen on Milton. Connects from 3-point range.
Well, after an uneven first half, he's managed to right the ship and get things going.
To the paint. Got a piece of it. Here's LaRavia. So, Greg, you played the point. In Create a Player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk open.
And good! He hits it again.
And that score moving him clear into 3rd all-time for scoring in a game.
Well, G.A., you just knew it was a matter of time the way he's been playing. I'm sure he's not finished either. Ellis outside. Six on the shot clock. He's looking for Sabonis and finds him. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And it's clear that Sabonis has it going on right now. That defense is at his mercy.
Pass to Johnson. So nice passing here by Los Angeles. Vincent the pass to Johnson. Now Vincent. Hilton on top. To the middle. Here's Johnson. It's hauled in by the Kings. Sabonis has got 11 rebounds in the game. Driving inside. LaRavia passes to Sabonis. Now, here's Monk. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. Offensive rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Back to Johnson. And it's Connect in the corner. To the inside. And the basket by Johnson.
It's harder to thread those passes inside, but the reward is evident.
Sacramento's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the 4th. Monk, the pass to LaRavia. Down low, there's Sabonis, and slam dunk by Sabonis.
As a coach, you know that you can count on Sabonis to give you a double-double every night.
To the wing right side. Pass to Vincent. Inside. Here's Johnson. And got it! Another basket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Ellis outside. Here's LaRavia. Monk with the ball. Sabonis' screen on Milton. And they call an illegal screen here. And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
Looking at who's out there now. Another bucket! Wow!
And he's now outmatched his own single-game record for points with a staggering offensive onslaught. I think the defense is just as stunned as we are.
Words fail to describe the magnitude. He is putting in the work with a little overtime, and this game is sure to leave a mark.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And ever when important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Johnson.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
It's a shame, really. If they'd been playing like this last quarter, they might be in a different situation right now.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Levine looking around. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood.